Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
First of all, very thank you and very good evening. And thank you, ma'am, Halima, ma'am, for giving me a chance to speak on this topic. And it's really interesting topic and an happening topic for teachers, and especially when we are the online teachers, because we are not in touch with the students, right? And we're not in touch as like it's one to one, right? Okay, so let's start with the topic. First of all, ma'am, I'm just sharing my screen. Just let me know if you can see my screen. Yeah. Ma'am, can you see my screen?
Yes, it's visible.
All right. Okay. Like my friend Yasmin told about emotional intelligence, right? I also have a topic, the emotional intelligence, where I use this very often in my class because I'm an online teacher where I have to see the mood and every aspect of the student, right? So first thing which comes into our mind is self-awareness, empathy, motivation, self-regulation, and social skills. First of all, the student should be self-aware of his capabilities, how much he can do, right? How much effort he can put in. Then comes empathy. So we should understand the student's mind, what the state of the mind is. Maybe he has a bad day and he is not able to cope up what I'm trying to explain him or her. That's really important. And if I'm trying to explain a difficult topic to my student and he is not in a mood to understand, so I should change my topic a little bit so that it's easy for him to understand. Next is motivation. We need to motivate our students very often. In fact, we also need motivations, right? And self regulation. We need to teach them about self regulation, how to control their emotions while they're doing the studies, right? And the social skills, definitely they need to be in touch with social network so that they know what is happening around. And there are so many ways nowadays to update ourselves. The YouTube, the teachers are making the videos so that the students are able to understand it very easily. Next is first of all, I generally make a good environment for my student. I keep asking, how was the thing? How was your day? Right? So that positive attitude is really important in online class so that we can understand the state of the student, right? So we use positive language, right? Both in written and spoken ways. Okay, we should also create opportunities for the students to have more experiences about their thoughts, right? That's how, what is virtual classroom? That's really important because we are not sitting with the student. We are online. We are trying to explain them online, and we need to have a complete focus of the student in our class, right? Next is, yeah, we need to have a good listening skills, right? The student, whatever the student is trying to say, we need to actively listen to the students, their discussions, their assignments. We need to have one-to-one interactions. That's really important. We have to encourage them, and they need to feel free to ask any doubts to us. Okay, the students get so scared that they just ask once and they just keep quiet. They say yes, we know that, but we should be asking them questions related to that so that it's very easy for us to understand whether the student is able to understand our concept, what are we trying to say, right? And that's what is empathy. So there comes the picture of empathy. That means we need to understand the student and their knowledge, and that's the challenges that we face. Next is we need to promote the students to have a break, correct? They cannot study continuously 10 hours, 15 hours, right? They need to have a break for their studies, and then they can have practice self-care. Maybe they like some table tennis, they like swimming. We should say them that no, take a break from the studies, come back, and then start again, right? That's what is mindfulness and a stress reduction technique, because the students, while they're studying, they're very much in stress, right? Because they have to score good marks, their parent pressure, teacher pressure, so many pressure they have to go through. So we need to understand that it's very important for them to understand they have a free time for themselves so that they can come back with a good energy and good motivations, right? and especially when the personal difficulties during the exams, because they have the challenge of taking the exams, right? During the duration of 1 hour, they have to finish it up quickly. And finally, the comes is the feedback, right? We need to give a proper feedback to the students, and it should be always motivational, because the student have to perform next, and they have to be the best, right? So if we go through negative feedback, they will be very, very disheartened, and they will not be able to perform very well in the next. So we need to give a constructive and a focused feedback, and the topic where they are lacking, and that should not be like in front of everybody. We should not tell them. We should at least call them in one place and then explain them, right? And especially the positive tone of the feedback is really important. That's how you convey your warmth and your encouragement to the students. Yes, so this is from me and what I feel as a teacher, which is really, really important during my online classes. Over to you, Dr. Halima. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful message. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Halima Sadia. She's a passionate educator, educational leader, and trainer with a rich background in founding schools in India and the UAE. With over 2 decades of experience, she has served as a principal at various institutions, including Braithwaite International School in Maldives, where she oversaw the implementation of IGCSE and Singapore primary curriculum. Driven by innovation, she introduced experimental learning methodologies and emphasized dynamic teaching approaches. She dedicated mentored to over 34,000 individuals. Dr. Halima Sadia holds advanced degrees in English literature and Urdu literature, complemented by certifications in leadership and management. Impactful leadership has earned accolades and distinctions throughout her career. Dr. Halima Sadia has spearheaded impactful leadership programs, serving as a leadership trainer and mentor.